Welcome to Roleplaying Eldoria and our love of storytelling.
They've come to fruition so that the terms of the contract
Can now go ahead.
pay out.
That's right. There was some contract.
We had a contract,
Yeah,
didn't we?
that's right. We
It was like two.
The contract was that he owns a share, equal share of all their properties with them.
Yeah, and there was something dodgy about it.
It's because of the Black
So-
Dragon banner.
Yeah,
No, that wasn't mentioned in the
there was,
contract, no.
there was
Oh,
something,
yeah, but you wouldn't
there was
mention
something about the contracts weren't kosher, and like basically because I remember I appraised the contract and then worked out it wasn't.
They were like
Yeah.
forged or.
No, there's something
No.
dodgy in the contract.
And the
way
wording
they're
of it,
written.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a bit open
But I
ended
can't
in
remember
places.
what it
Oh,
was.
look, in your knowledge, you see a lot of, because you've worked as a priest in Sard,
Yeah.
you see a lot of Sardian documents and things, and they just have a set format the way they're written.
Yeah.
And this thing seems like it's been written outside of that set format.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it looks like, it's, all the...
So when
It's all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, but it doesn't feel to you like a normal Sardian contract.
So where was the where did we find this contract?
In the house.
In the house.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
upstairs in the bedroom, in one of the drawers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. So, at the foot, who then gets the payout to the farmer if he's now deceased?
On the terms of the contract, we'd say it goes shared between everyone else in the contract.
But it wasn't there only two parties to the contract in this instance?
Oh,
It was
no,
the
there was
farmer and Thrain?
No, the people who are on the contract, I can give you them here, was Patar Narradin. He's one of the farmers that came up to the farm and met. John Asterkin, Holmer Baronist, Kent the Tarnley, Dale Trillip, and Mornley Greenwood and Silas Thrain. There were five, but there's six farmers mentioned on this contract.
So is the sixth one the one that died?
There were five people came into the farm into the Tipsy Tinker.
Yeah.
When you first came there, met in a private
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
And he was one of them. But there were five. On this contract, there's six, and he's included on that list of
Oh,
six.
so there's one person.
There's another
that
one
wasn't-
who's unaccounted for, you haven't seen at the moment.
On that contract, there is the 6 farmers and Thrain.
Yep.
We have met 5 farmers, one of who's
Have
deceased,
been at the inn on the first day.
and
of
Thrain. So there's one person outstanding whom we haven't met.
Yes.
Haven't met. One of those 5 that we have met is now dead.
Does it say what the properties are on the contract?
Yes. All the farms are listed. Do you want me to give the names? There's okay, Narradin Farm.
Yeah.
If you want to write them down there.
Well, how about we actually like have a rest, and then we do this in the morning.
Yeah, I think that seems fair.
Uh,
But it seems to me that there's some kind of like coalition of farmers that are doing something very dodgy. I'm not exactly sure, but they're at least doing like illegal substances that they're producing, and they're pawning it off to markets in a different country.
Well, Silas Thrain says, if you are finished, gentlemen, I will see if I can get a late supper. I arrived here in your absence, and then arrange for my lodgings for the evening.
yes.
And then I will see the innkeepers to see if they can send messages to Narradin. He can round up all of the groups so we can make our dealings tomorrow. And knowledge comes over to you as you come upstairs saying, so what do you want to do? Should we set a guard tonight? Or I can have some of the lads stay here in the by the fire?
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
Yes, I was going to say that's not a bad idea.
Yes.
So,
We passed on the way to the dead farmer's farm another farmland or farmhouse that seemed to be unoccupied, right? Like there wasn't like anyone,
There's no lights on.
no lights on or anything. So maybe that was the other farm. Yeah. I want to kind of watch this Silas guy, like kind of covertly, just to keep an eye on him.
Okay, well
Because
he's up.
he's going to be eating with us, or like in the.
Well, he's up in the
dining area.
main inn now. As I said, it's very late at night at the moment. It's something equivalent of 3 o'clock in the morning. So he's seeing Nellie, who's there, who's flustering around. She's just wearing a robe, basically, her night clothes. Knowledge is going back upstairs, the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's left 2 of the people who are stable hands here by the fire. They're talking to an old lady who you've seen there who looks very worried, and she seems to be saying to them that she just wants to go home. And they've said that Mistress Nellie has said not until the morning. There's a dangerous people about in there outside, so you can't go home till then.
So I'll inquire gently. What lady is there?
Oh yes, Mother Varia, her name is. You have come across Mother Varia the day before, because she's talking a lot about her boy Tarnley's come back from the wars, the Sardhelkian Wars, and they did say to you that she's got a bit of dementia, that her son never came back from the wars.
And broke her mind.
Unless, of course, she's seeing something else that's taking the form of the sun.
Could be.
Look,
I don't think everything's always.
There's pixies in
about
the ceiling.
spirits.
So, have you not seen the pixie in the ceiling?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's pixies in the ceiling.
He thinks there's pixies in the ceiling. Okay, so you're keeping your eye on. You can see that Silas has gone over to Nellie and she's talking to him. She's obviously, the way she's talking, she's seen him before and knows him. And she says that she'll arrange for a room, and you can see that the gnome cook has come down, and Deshawn is basically not looking happy about being dragged down to cook, but she's going to make something for him.
Yeah.
Now, Nellie does say he's one of our regular customers. He does come up here, regularly.
I might keep early on to sort of wake up and see the new day in and carry that part of the shift.
Yeah. Peony she's a young girl with red hair who you've seen about the place. She sometimes helps about serving, and she comes through the place. She's just gone over by the fire where these guys are.
We've got a room upstairs, yes?
No, you've got a room upstairs, but it's like a shared big room, like a bunk room.
Works for me. I go.
I
Get it.
You got your own
I
room?
got my own room.
Yes.
Yep. So Peony is down by the fire checking on something, and then she's talking to these guys as well.
I just want to stay kind of out of sight, but within ear range of Silas.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the first bit of this.
Well, he ends up sitting in the corner of the table, just going through his pack. You can see he basically has a number of papers he's got looking through, and he's putting them back in his. He's got like a diplomatic pouch type thing. He's got
Okay.
thin leather bag, and then he's sitting on his own, basically waiting. And eventually, there's some pigeon pie has been brought out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he's not talking to anyone or anything like that. Nellie comes over and makes small chat with him and things. And he does basically, you do definitely hear him saying, can you go and see Narradin, the farmer, send word to him first thing tomorrow, because he'd like to get all of the lads together in a private bar to go through their contracts with him.
Okay. But he doesn't seem to be doing much else after that.
Well, if you're staying up still,
Yeah.
was everyone else staying up? Or
I'm keeping now to wake up later.
you're
I've
staying
gone
up?
to see.
You're the only one up?
Yeah.
Okay, eventually, right, the lights have been, lanterns are being dimmed except around by the fire. Peony comes, the girl with the red hair goes back and comes back and checks at the fire again with these guys on a couple of occasions while you're there, and while the meal's going on. And eventually Silas is taken upstairs by Nellie to his room, and that's the last you see of him going up there.
I'll trail him at least a little bit to look like I'm going back to my bed.
I'll let you know what room he goes to. Yeah, it's a room that's got a number 16 on the door.
Number 16, okay.
Yeah. And seems the inn has settled down for the evening.
I think I'll just go back and sleep. Because it's 4 or 5 in the
Oh,
morning now.
it'd be about dawn coming on now.
Yeah. Sleep for a few hours. He seems highly suspicious.
I'd like to say a really big thank you to all our patrons and Patreon. There's not very many. It's an elite select few. And thank you to everyone that has subscribed.